Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a NIO stock price prediction on where I actually think NIO stock is going to be headed on the week of January 18th, 2021. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. So today we're going to be doing a NIO stock price prediction on where I think NIO stock is going to be headed this week. Now, let's really take a look at the facts, really taking a breakdown of how NIO stock has actually been doing. We saw in the last trading session, NIO stock being down 7.56%. Obviously, it was not a very good trading week for NIO. NIO ended up falling about 13%, and really looking at NIO ever since the new year, it was kind of trading sideways, and then we did get NIO Day where NIO stock made a huge rally all the way up to about $66 or $67, and then, like I said, this week currently, NIO stock did not really do that well. But for this week coming up, what is my overall prediction? I do think NIO stock is going to make a little bit of a recovery. I do think that, just this past week that NIO stock did have a lot of bad news. Obviously, NIO is taking on more debt, which is obviously never good for a company, but I do like that NIO is taking on debt because they do want to ramp up production, they do want to keep expanding, and NIO having plans to expand into Europe in the middle of this year. You need a lot of capital to do that. You need a lot of capital to continue expansion and really working out the kinks of the actual company itself. So I'm not really too bothered that NIO is actually taking out debt, but there's also a lot of other stuff that people were kind of taking into consideration. One is being Tesla's expansion into China, really raising the bar up for NIO. NIO really does have to perform here if it wants to be able to combat Tesla's expansion into China. And some people are speculating, that NIO's ET7 sedan that they recently released on NIO Day may not be enough to actually, counteract Tesla's expansion into China. It is good that NIO is dropping a sedan. Currently, they do not sell any sedans at all. So NIO is making a step in the right direction in that sense. But Tesla's expansion into China really is scaring a lot of investors. People thinking that Tesla is going to overtake China. But in other news, NIO is currently the top Chinese EV company out of its competitors, XPeng and Li Auto, which is very good. We do see that NIO's sales are increasing. NIO's dropping a bunch of more vehicles, a bigger and better battery, working on perfecting the self-autonomous driving technology. So why did the stock continue to fall? Well, one of the co-founders of NIO itself, Jack Chang, was actually appointed CEO of another EV company known as Foxconn, which in my opinion did cause probably the biggest downfall of the stock itself. Obviously, the EV company is growing very, very rampant, and the EV market in itself is blowing up like crazy, and it's very, very explosive. So one of the co-founders, basically leading a ship on a brand new EV company who helped basically raise NIO up from the ground up, is obviously gonna scare a lot of investors from NIO as well. And obviously, rising coronavirus cases has a little bit to do with it as well. As you guys see, there has been a little bit of an outburst of the COVID-19 outbreak in China as well, which probably did cause a lot of the Chinese stocks and the Chinese ETFs to kind of fall. So overall, it was not a good trading week for NIO, but taking a look at it from the bigger perspective, I do take this opportunity and advise you guys, obviously, to buy the dip on NIO stock, $56.18. Obviously, everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion, but I do think right now is a very good price to pick up NIO stock, $56.18. The stock was basically sitting at $67 just a couple of weeks ago, so I'm pretty convinced that the stock is going to revisit those all-time highs. So really taking a look at everything, where is NIO stock actually going to be headed this week? For me, I actually could see NIO stock trading sideways, maybe a little bit down, maybe a little bit up. Obviously, it's very hard to predict the future in itself, but, bad news is gone. I think people have kind of taken in a little bit. I do think that NIO stock is probably going to go up from here. I don't see it actually going down anymore. Even if it does go down, I don't see NIO stock actually going below $50. And like I said, if NIO goes down below those certain prices, take the opportunity. If you've been waiting a while, you have some cash saved up and you really want to invest in the company in itself, take the opportunity. Dips like these do not come all the time, and stocks do have corrections. Everyone has to take this into consideration. Really taking a look at it from a vast perspective, every stock out there has corrections. Even the biggest funds and ETFs and bonds all will have corrections as well. It does not make NIO's not any different from that specific category. You know, overall, the overall stock market did not do well on the last trading session. So people do have to take in consideration that stocks do have corrections. But in these specific moments, you know, take the opportunity, like I said, you know, average down if you've been waiting for her a while for a little bit of a dip on the stock. You know, pick it up. You know, I still do think that you're right now $56.18 is a very good price to pick up NIO. As we have seen before, NIO is expanding like crazy. It's growing. It's putting out a whole new vehicle line. You know, it's working on a bigger, better battery. It's working on the self-autonomous driving technology. It's expanding as fast as possible. Like I said, just kind of toppled up with a lot of bad news. And, you know, obviously there's always the potential threat of the delisting news in itself. I actually don't think NIO stock is going to get delisted, just for the record, but it does scare a lot of investors, and it's not uncommon for people to be scared about their investments. I can completely understand. For me, I don't really touch my position in NIO much. I'll add occasionally to my overall position, but I don't really like to touch it just because I am bullish on NIO in the long haul. And like I said, I want to make this, you know, differentiation here that I'm not a day trader. You know, I'm an investor. There's a huge difference. I like to make that clarification. You know, I don't flip or trade stocks. I don't sell if a stock goes down, and I don't sell if the stock goes up. If I think the stock has reached its maximum potential for the time being, then yes, I will go ahead and sell my position. But I do have a longer term vision for NIO, and I do think that NIO is going to be a longer term hold. Do I think that it can follow in the footsteps of Tesla? Yes, I actually do. I'm not talking about the actual share price itself, but I do think that NIO is going to be a big EV company. I do think that the company still has a lot of potential to grow and continue to expand. Really taking a look how the EV market is evolving, really how much the EV market has been expanding, and really just taking a look at how explosive the market is. I don't see the market really slowing down anytime soon. Really taking a look at 2021, I still see a lot of explosive growth for NIO, for a lot of these big time EV companies as well. I don't think NIO is going to stop here at $56.18. And yes, stocks do have corrections, and I'm completely okay with that. I just want people to know that I do think over this current week that we're coming up on, I do think NIO probably will sink a little bit, maybe trade sideways or maybe go up. But like I said, I'm here for the long haul. I do think that NIO stock is a very good investment. I do back the company overall. You know, the company is doing very, very well for itself. It's trying to really make a name for itself. It's expanding. It's dropping out new vehicles, working on the better iconic technology with the battery swap stations. You know, NIO has this vision. It's just going to take time to actually execute. It's going to take time to prosper, and people have to be patient with the stock in itself. It's not going to go from $56 to $300 just overnight. Really taking a look at, you know, how 2020 went. At the beginning of the year, NIO was $2 a share and made it all the way up at an all-time high of $57. So it took the whole year to do that. I just want people to know, you know, be patient with the stock. If the stock has some dips, don't get too scared unless there's a potential reason to be. Like if they said that NIO stock is getting delisted or the company's going bankrupt or something crazy like that, I could understand why people could be panic selling. But I do have a longer term haul. I do think that NIO stock is a good investment, and I do think that people should take the opportunity if NIO stock dips out through the next trading session. Take the opportunity if you guys have been waiting for it, buy the dip on the stock. Really take advantage of these times of moments because they actually don't come all the time. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of NIO stock. Do you think NIO stock is a buy at $56.18? Do you guys think NIO stock is going to dip on the next trading session? If you guys own NIO stock, how many shares do you guys own and what's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.